Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Show and Tell. Oh, what the hell? What the hail, indeed. And today I have, this is not a necessarily, it's 2019 still, but this is not a 2019 figure. But I've been wanting this, and I finally got it in 2019. I saw it once at a store called Hastings, and I'd seen it online ever since. It came, it went, and this is before Neca had decided to re-release a lot of the Predators. I don't think that they are intending to re-release this one, but this is the Predator figure that's based on the original Dark Horse Predator #1, which I own, and I was very excited to pick up that issue back in the 90s when I was a youngin', and I remember it had come out, I think I picked it up maybe about a few months after it was released, or maybe a year, I don't know. It had been a little while, so I paid a little extra money for it. Maybe I'd paid about, I don't know, maybe close to $10 or something like that. Because that's how it was back then. You know, you'd go to a comic store and the market was a little bit different. I mean, sometimes you just don't see the comics out right now, but back then, like, the market was strong. Like, the comics you'd get in the early 90s, or you'd see in the stands, they would disappear and you'd have to rebuy them again, and they'd be right up on the wall. I don't see too much of that right now, maybe with a few select ones like X-Men or whatever, first printings. But I still have this one put away somewhere, and I love this issue because I love the Predator. And this kind of started all the whole Predator craze outside of the movie franchise. And after this came Alien vs. Predator, the comic book series. And because of the comic book series, I think that's where we started seeing the movies come in. Or maybe not. Maybe that was inevitable. I do not know. But it says it includes exclusive reprint. Oh, I didn't know it had a reprint in there. I don't know where they would have fit the reprint. But yeah, this is, when did this one come out? Say 2015. So yeah, 4 years ago. And it shows you how some of the, yeah. Very cool. Very awesome. Let me see. I need to find my old comic. I'm going to open this up. Now, I found this, of all places, at a flea market-like place called the Trade Center in my old hometown of Corpus Christi while visiting during the holidays. And I went with my youngest brother. I'm going to be careful with this package because I may want to save it for later. This is one of those figures that, if you look at it, it looks pretty damn good. You know, it looks pretty damn good, like, inside the package. You know, it's one of those, I don't know. I'll open it. I'm thinking twice now because it just looks so good. But, you know, what's cool about these packages, these types of window packages, that you can just kind of, you can kind of put it back in there if you want. And, ooh, I do want to be careful with how I open this because there is a comic book in there, I see now. A reprint, which is cool. I don't know if any of the more recent ones have done that, but that's a cool concept. I'm going to try it from the bottom. And hopefully it won't do too much damage to it. But it says $40 on the little price tag there, which I hate when they put those little stickers on there. I'd probably take it off if I wanted to. If I was a strictly mint-on-card collector, then that would upset me. But I actually was able to negotiate them a little bit down because I didn't have $40 with me with cash. And when you go to a place like a flea market, still there's some people that don't take, granted there's some ATMs around, but who wants to do that? All right. Where was that comic book? Just feel around in the back. It's, ooh, up. Hey. Is that the comic book that I feel? It's like kind of snug on something. Is it? Did they put tape on this? Did they freaking put tape on this shit? I don't want to do any damage to it because it doesn't feel too... Alright. It is... The comic book is actually stuck to the tape part right here on the... Oh. There's no way I can do this without damaging the little comic, unfortunately. But the damage is minimal. So if I wanted to resell this, I'm going to have to explain that to them. But hey, I don't think I'm going to want to resell it because I really wanted this figure. But pretty cool. This is a nice little reprint, and I think I'm just going to keep this outside the package. I can come back and read it again and again and again. Very bloody. Dark Horse Comics was like the, I guess one of the first successful third-party comics, or first alternative to Marvel and DC, when Marvel and DC were like really, really big. Dark Horse comes out and starts doing more adult-oriented things. I really enjoyed it. They brought back, they had licenses like Conan and Star Wars, and that was pretty cool. So here is the figure with his little stamp. And we're gonna open them up. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna try to. It's kind of cold right now, and one thing that I tell a lot of people, especially with these Neca toys, is that when it's cold out, it's not too cold, but when it's cold out, joints have a problem. Plastics and joints tend to break, and a lot of people around this time, when they get their Amazon packages and they get like Marvel Legends or something like that, the joints don't really fare well, depending what kind of plastic they're using. People open it up, act a little violent with their figure, end up fucking it up, and they get all mad on the boards, and that just not good for anyone. So that's why I say, if you get a toy around this time of year, you mess around with the joints, you know, let it air out a bit, or you know, put in some warm water, and if it still breaks, then you have something to complain about. But I see a lot of first-time collectors that are getting into stuff like Marvel Legends and Predator, and they just really don't know what to expect or how to handle their toys. Not that I know how to handle my toys 100% of the time. I'm a big oaf. Alright, sorry for making all that noise. How y'all doing, by the way? It's been a while, right? No, it hasn't. I got some other videos I've been meaning to press. Excuse me. Am I getting sick? So I am going to say this and keep this at the Pteranodon Media Sound Tank Studio for display, like I do with my other boxes, because I definitely want to have this guy out in the wild. And let's take a look. Now, he does have articulation, I could tell. What's weird about these NECAs is that they do have loose articulation here, but then it gets hard when you want to go a little bit further, so a little wobbly up there. Now, you could probably still get this guy. I've seen him online, probably going maybe about $50. Unless you're a big fan of the comic book series, you don't have to get him. But if you're just like a person that says, hey, I want to get every single Predator variant, then hey, by all means. Now, how does this... Do I got this right? I'm trying to look for like a little clip on or something. Oh, actually it goes on the other arm, right? There you go. Just looked kind of bare on the other arm. I figured it would go there if I wasn't paying attention. I'm not a true fan. So it goes, kind of goes like that. And damn, he just looks beautiful. No, the mask does not come off, which is fine. I kind of prefer the Predator with the mask on. It just looks a little bit more mysterious. I kind of wish that they didn't show too much of the face in the original movie. I remember when I saw the movie, it was on, it wasn't at the theater. I was too young to watch it in the theater, but it came out on tape. My dad rented it, and I fell asleep through it because I had to go to school. It was a school night, and I fell asleep, and I was getting really tired. I was a tired little boy. And in the original Predator movie, I remember I was asking my dad the next day when he picked me up from school. I was like, what did he look like? What did he look like? What did he look like? Did they show his face? Did they show his face? So he described it as, well, it looked kind of like a crab. It had like a crab-looking face. And then he had kind of like this, you know, Jamaican-looking hair. You know, well, I know that, but, you know, what did the face look like? Well, it looked like a crab. So I went and watched the rest of it the next day. Very fun. Always been a fan since that moment on. But look at the paint job. This is one of the first, oddly enough, I was talking about some of the new cel-shaded figures. This is back in 2015. This is one of the first figures that I started seeing the cell-shaded look, because it tried to duplicate and emulate the comic book. Just to give you an idea, like, yeah, I mean, it's a 3D figure, and sometimes it doesn't translate well. I think this translates okay. I think some people that don't know what the comic book figure or with the comic book image, I think there's some people might be confused. Like, why is his hand red? Why does he have red spots right here? It's, again, to go with the look of the comic. It's to pay homage to it. So it's not to be taken literally. I like that the whole back is red, and it's just, it's meant to look like the shades and hues and highlights. And I could pose him like that too. I just thought that was such a cool cover. Looks like Predator 2. I don't remember if the comic was based on Predator 2. I remember when there was a female that became a Predator. Yeah, this kind of makes me wish I got more Predator toys. I still need to get those Alien vs. Predator figures. And some of the Kenner ones. But, yeah, this is pretty awesome. This is pretty damn awesome. Very happy to get this. I would recommend it to any Predator collector, or, you know, if you want something to have with your comic books. If you have a Dark Horse, if you like stuff with weird color, like variants, I do like that. This is very colorful, very bright. You know, if you want like a 90s toy collection, like, you know, you get some 90s Iron Man or whatever, this goes well with it. This would go also well with like a, I don't know, with like some Ninja Turtles or something like that. Like if Predator fought the Ninja Turtles, he would probably have this color scheme. I like it. I like it a lot. If they hadn't made this toy, I probably would have tried to make a custom with this blue. I'd like to see about, if I can get another like Kenner Predator and go back and collect those again. I still have a whole bunch in package too. I'd like to see about doing a blue and yellow. I remember those Kenner Predators, I started doing some customs with those even back when. But back then, I wasn't such a great customizer. I'm still not, but I tried. Anyway, folks, this is your Neca, ages 17 and up. See if there's anything I forgot. No, that's it. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later. We'll see you later on.